What is your will, my master?
Hey, what's up, David? Quick demo video for you for your Darkness V3 by SP Sabers and Props. Got this done. I'm sorry, and Phoenix Props as well. Got this done this afternoon, and want to hurry up and get this demo to you so I can try to get it out tomorrow. Let's install with a Proffie. 2 buttons set up. I make the main switch back here, and then your auxiliary switch is this bottom piece of the pillbox, and I'll show you where those switches are inside the Saber in a second. You got 3 sets of CC Sabers lit PCBs in here. So your 2 Quillions and your main. How to get to everything is there's 3 bolts here that you need to take off. You got this one, and then this one right here. I come through and I cut this wire so that you can pull it out of the clip, just like that. And then we want to come over here and take these out. We'll do that real quick. Actually, I forgot, but before you take all 3 of those out, you want to take your activation switch off, and it's on a magnet. So I just come over here with a pair of tweezers, grab it, and pull it right out. It's on a magnet, just like that. And then I'll show you what that switch magnet looks like here in a second. But then we can come back through and take those 3 screws out. Last one. When you do that, you want to be careful because the upper shroud will become loose as well. So I kind of hold it in my hand like this so I can grasp the upper shroud, and I'm holding the handle as well. But once I get all 3 of those out, I can slide the handle off just like that. You can slide this shroud off as well if you want to. It does come off. It's free floating until you put those 3 screws back on. But this is your chassis. So you've got your Proffie board right here. It is adhesed down to the shelf, but you can get to your SD card and your micro USB and never have to move the board. So that's why I do that. You got a kill switch right here for your battery, and then a removable battery setup. This will be going overseas, so I won't be sending the battery, but you want a 21700, and that's what this Saber takes right there, 21700. Okay, and that's what I'll use to demo. 28 millimeter Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, and then you've got an 8 pixel accent strip in here, and then you've got another one over here for some added blinkies. This is your activation switch in the back. You can see that magnet's been glued on. That's what that looks like right there. And then your auxiliary switch is right here. So we'll throw a battery in here real quick, and I'll kind of show you what the chassis looks like. With these LED strips. The battery is a super snug fit. It snaps in here. It's super tight. So you want to just make sure you press down, down here on the spring, and then you'll snap it in. It works fine. It's just designed like that on purpose so it doesn't fall out on you. We'll come over here and we'll flip this kill switch.
I pushed you in the desert because I needed to see you. I needed you to see who you are.
It just kind of does that when the Saber's off. It is on a timer, so if you choose not to turn on the Saber right away, eventually these lights will go off so they just don't keep going and drain your battery. But it does that when the Saber's off. It kind of does that when the Saber's on. Just like that. We'll go ahead and we'll put the Saber back together. It is a little bit of process. You want to put your shroud back on. It'll line up right where it's supposed to go. And once we do that, we can take our handle. You can see how the chassis went off, or the LEDs went off. Take this handle, that little notch right there in your handle that lines up with the pillbox. I accidentally hit the auxiliary button. So we got those 3 screws back in. We'll just come back over here and we'll take our red wire and put it back in the clip. And then once you slide it back in there, it looks like it's never been cut, right? And then the last thing you want to do is take your activation switch and just throw it in the hole there. Since it's on a magnet, it'll find its own way home. But then you come over here and hit power. You can see I've got those, I've got the quillions delayed, so they'll fire up after your blade. Yeah, so it's nice and loud. Auxiliary down here. And then you have twist off. I did not put swing on this guy because there's so much to do to put the saber together. I didn't want it going off accidentally on you, but you do have twist off. So you'll actually have to hit the switch to turn it on, but you can twist it off just like that. And I also did install your side blades. So we'll put all these side blades on. I'll put the main blade in, and I'll come back after all that's together. Okay, I didn't film that because it's quite a chore to put all 3 blades in, but you've got your main blade retention screw, if you can barely see it. It's a tiny set screw right here, and your kit comes with several different Allen keys to do all this, so you don't have to get your own. But when you flip it around, you've got your 2 blade retentions for your side blades right here and right here. Right, so when we turn this on, everything fires up. Good flash on clash. Go to another sound font.
I will give you so much more. What could you give me? Everything.
So yeah, lighten all the way up to the tip. Trying to be careful I don't hit anything. Big flash on clash. To get to your soundtracks, you just want to do a long press on the power button. And then do the same thing to turn off. Just a long press on the power button. And then we'll break all this down, right? I'll take all the screws out of the handle and take the main take the main switch off, and then I'll be back to show you how to take the battery out. Okay, so I got the handle off, I got the blades out. Those 3 screws are out, right? And we go ahead and we can take the shroud off if we want to. We'll turn it on. I can show you that the kill switch works.
What could you give me? Everything.
So we'll just flip this right here, and that cuts power just like it should. You probably won't be able to get this battery out with your finger because it's pretty tight in there. So I just use like the back of some tweezers or something. And from the positive side over here by the speaker, you can pop it out just like that. It's that easy. But that's basically your Kylo. Oh, one thing I did want to mention, I went through and I tightened these up, okay, before I installed it. But there's one bolt that holds each quillion on it. It's right in the middle. It's behind this PCB. So I put some Loctite on the bolt, put the bolt back, tightened it down. I did that on each side. But what you don't want to do is if your side blade is tight, which one of them are, it just fit in there snug. You don't want to keep wrenching it back and forth. You want to go straight in and go straight out. You don't want to stress that bolt if you can help it and loosen it at all, because it's very difficult to get to that. It's a complete uninstall really of the quillion to get to that and tighten it back up. But you shouldn't have that problem, but it's come up in the past. So I just want to mention it now, right? So blades in the side, they go straight in and straight out, and you won't ever have that issue. But anyway, that's basically your Darkness V3. Let me know if you got any questions, and if not, I'll try to get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks.